Wir sind heute hier bei der New York Times in New York, eine Zeitung der Superlative, mit den meisten Pulitzer-Preisen aller Zeitungen in Amerika, mit den meisten Online-Lesern, 30 Millionen im Monat, und mit dem größten Redaktionsteam. Diesem Redaktionsteam haben wir heute bei der berühmten Seite-1-Konferenz zugesehen. Sprich, hier werden die wichtigsten Themen des Tages für Online und für Print besprochen. Mitfilmen durften wir leider nicht, aber wir haben uns danach mit Clay Risen, dem Redaktionsleiter, dem Ressortleiter der Opinion-Seite der New York Times, zusammengesetzt und ein kurzes Interview mit ihm geführt.
Yeah, so every day we have two meetings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, where we talk about what's going on with the newspaper in terms of coverage. So the folks come in the morning, there's a representative from every section, and they talk about what stories they're developing with the idea that over the course of the day, those will be available to put on the front page of the website and also will appear throughout the paper, so that everybody across the newspaper knows what they need to be promoting, how they need to be talking about it, and what stories should get just that prime coverage on the front page of the website. And then there's also consideration being given to what the next day's front page of the physical newspaper will look like. So the editors at the top who make those decisions will know, here's a story from sports, or here's a story from international or politics that needs to be on the front page because it's important or interesting or whatever.
Die New York Times hat am meisten Online-Leser in ganz Amerika. Vorher haben wir uns unterhalten und Sie haben erwähnt, es gibt eine wirklich tolle App, die sich mit, überraschenderweise für die New York Times, vielleicht für viele, Kochen beschäftigt. Könnten Sie uns darüber ein bisschen mehr erzählen?
So one thing that we've tried to do broadly is take different things that the New York Times does really well, that's famous, that it's famous for, and trying to build it out, to monetize it, to sort of make it very special in a way that maybe you couldn't really do with just the print newspaper. So cooking is a good example, where we have a regular cooking and dining section that appears every Wednesday, but we also have a lot more that's online, a lot more video and multimedia things that present not just recipes but demonstrations. Here's how you cook a dish, or here's here's a good way to to use a knife or to sharpen a knife. And we've taken that a step further, and we've created an app for your smartphone or for a tablet that subscribers can use to access tens of thousands of recipes the New York Times has published over the decades, as well as videos and demonstrations of how to make cocktails. Some of these are specialized collections, maybe the best recipes that we have from a particular chef, or they might be themed. Here are 10 great gluten-free recipes or 10 great Christmas recipes, and we found that to be incredibly popular with our readers.
In Amerika kämpfen die Printzeitungen mit dem Überleben. Gerade bei den Abonnements gibt es Rückgänge. Wie sieht sich denn die New York Times in 20 Jahren? Wird es in 20 Jahren noch Zeitungen geben?
Well, the New York Times, we always say that we're going to be the last paper in print, which is to say that we know that there's probably going to be a day when we don't print a newspaper anymore. Subscriber rates for print are down, continue to decline, although they've started to flatten out a little bit. But we expect that that's just a trend that won't change. However, we continue to be very committed to print, and it's something that we don't plan to get rid of anytime soon. That said, we're also trying to adjust, and so we're developing more and more our website and thinking more deeply about what it means to be a digital news operation and what it means to be a profitable news operation online. So what are the ways that people who no longer want to pay for a print subscription, how do you get them to pay for an online subscription? And it's an ongoing experiment, but it's something we think we're getting a handle of, and it's very exciting to be a part of.
Clay, vielen Dank, dass wir da sein durften. Danke für das Interview.